Hello everyone, I am Sinju Thomas, founder of THERAPHA, a patient-facing platform designed for comprehensive triage, decision support and automation in the musculoskeletal field. We at THERAPHA noticed that care navigation, clinician burnouts and staffing shortages are major pain points in healthcare. Patients often struggle to find the right provider at the right time. Clinicians are overburdened with administrative work, which takes away valuable time they could spend with patients. Plus, there is usually a long wait to get the right care. THERAPHA is here to solve these problems without adding extra work for the patients, clinicians, or to any other stakeholders. Let's take a look at how we are solving these issues. I'm going to break this down into three parts. First, an overview of THERAPHA and its deliverables. Second, a clinical simulation on the platform to show how we augment clinicians without changing their workflow. And finally, a closer look at the deliverables for both clinicians and patients. I'm sure now you're curious about how this works. THERAPHA replaces traditional patient intake forms with an engaging conversational chatbot. Patients receive their login credentials via email or as a text message. They engage in a chat similar to an interview with an expert clinician. Anyone who knows how to text can navigate the platform with ease. Patients answer to the best of their knowledge on their concerns. After all, who knows them better than they themselves? Now the key is asking the right questions at the right time. This is the secret sauce of THERAPHA. Now, let's talk about the deliverables for clinicians. The entire patient interaction is automated into a structured clinical summary. The most intriguing part is the curated clinical insights, or as the industry calls them, actionable insights at the point of care. THERAPHA provides probabilistic differential diagnosis, identification of potential red and yellow flags, and a section covering atypical features, ensuring clinicians don't miss anything crucial for making an executive clinical decision. Also, there are guideline-based alerts making our algorithm explainable, transparent, and free from any clinical ambiguity. Note all this happens before the patient comes in for their in-person or virtual consultation, entirely based on the patient's self-reported information. Simultaneously, patients receive an organized clinical summary of their interaction with the chatbot. They are then asked to verify if this automated summary accurately reflects their current concerns. Once verified, it gets reflected at the clinician's end. In case changes need to be made, they can update that here. Over 75 to 80% of the structured clinical summary is automated, and the clinicians can either make edits as free text or use our built-in speech-to-text feature to make it even easier. THERAPHA isn't here to disrupt, but to make our clinicians more efficient, improve access to quality care, and reduce overall healthcare costs. Now, we are moving to the second part, a clinical simulation on a case. The uniqueness of THERAPHA is that it can be customized to your organization's need. When using the platform for a comprehensive triage and decision support, the chat gets completed within an 8 to 10 minutes mark, depending on the complexity of the case. In the absence of direct access with a referral from the primary care or a specialist, the chat can be completed in less than 4 to 5 minutes. For our simulation today, we have Mr. Samuel Pedro, a 65-year-old man seeking care for his neck pain. Let's watch how he interacts with THERAPHA. Once the chat is initiated, there is a body diagram where the patient chooses their area of concern. Each of these conversational style questions mimic the interaction with an expert clinician. Patients select their concerns one after the other.
I have pain in my neck and in my shoulders.
There is opportunity here to precisely mark all the areas of pain. In this case, Mr. Pedro is marking his entire neck and a portion of his right shoulder in both the back and front views. The tool collects all the details related to pain, such as the type and the frequency. Here we have the numerical pain scale to quantify the pain intensity.
I don't have any tingling or numbness, but I do have a lot of tender spots. I'm going to mark some on my shoulder as well. No, I didn't notice any weakness. Yes, it is difficult to move my neck and my shoulder, and I tend to be very cautious with certain movements. No, I don't have any balance or coordination problems. Yes, I have trouble with lifting, reaching, and pushing. No, I don't have any trouble with my hands. Yes, because of this, my work, household chores, and daily activities are compromised. Again, yes, to this, as my neck pain significantly varies depending upon the position that I'm in.
By now, all the primary concerns are covered and we are moving into more specifics like how these concerns started. Next is the better and worse section. To find what makes the symptoms better and worse.
Changing positions, certain activities like bending, turning, and looking up. Also, being in a position for a long time also makes my concerns worse. Okay, what makes me feel better? Rest and lying helps. Medication helps. Heat also helps as well.
Next is to know if the time of the day has any influence on his symptoms.
I would say at night. Oh, I take medications and change my position to get back to sleep. It's worse at random times. My concerns get better, I would say, as the day progresses. Oh, prior treatments. Yes, I have had prior treatments for this, and the response was just okay, as it keeps coming back. I'm fairly active. Oh, a question about my posture. I think I have some good posture, unlike some others. Yes, I work in a full-time position, and the work involves prolonged sitting and stress, of course.
About 80% of the chat is now completed, and so we have in hand all the information required for the musculoskeletal differential diagnosis and decision support. From here, it's classical triage questions. And depending on your organization's needs, the remainder of the chat can be customized.
My weight? Ah, yes. Some weight gain recently. My overall health, I would say, is fair.
Since THERAPHA is designed to cover from the primary care perspective, the platform screens for any system-specific concerns or any diagnosis Pedro has ever received.
No autoimmune diagnosis received. No other concerns to mention. I don't have any thyroid or diabetes. No cancer. No stress. No to any of this. Medications? Yes. I'm taking some pain relievers, over-the-counter medications, and multivitamins. Yes, I had an x-ray taken in the past, and I don't really remember what they said. Oh, and here's the last question on the current status of my concern. And I would say it's getting worse over time, and now I submit.
Finally, the avatar details Pedro on what to expect. Our deliverables are not just for the clinicians but also for the patients. Let's start with the clinician's end. A detailed editable clinical summary in a narrative format is presented. Here is the toggle taking me into the clinical insights. These are THERAPHA's insights from Pedro's self-reported concern. The first thing I see is this message: which highlights the importance of doing a right shoulder screen in this particular case. Now we have a list of top 3 probable diagnoses. Moving on, Pedro does not have any red or yellow flags, but there are a bunch of atypical features. Also, a few guideline-based alerts have been triggered in this case. The first one I am interested in is the probability of chronic intractable pain. Here are the details on why this particular alert got triggered. Now, we have another alert for fibromyalgia syndrome based on the following variables. Let's get a closer look at this alert. We saw that Pedro reported these in the chat. The point I'm trying to make here is to highlight how THERAPHA efficiently identifies and combines other concerns in Pedro's case that aligns with this particular alert to present it like a nutritional label. This is why I mentioned earlier that THERAPHA's algorithm is transparent and explainable. Now, let's see what THERAPHA presents to Samuel Pedro.
Okay, here's my clinical summary. Let's see. Yes, this is detailing exactly what I had reported to the chatbot. This is showing everything that I had entered. Let me see if it is missing out on any information. Even the things I denied are listed here. Nice! This is indeed a true version of my story.
Adding this feedback loop brings a certain level of accountability in the care. The clinical summary, along with the insights, provide an accurate clinical picture of Pedro's current concerns and explain why he is seeking care. As a clinician, these actionable insights at the point of care are invaluable. THERAPHA does not dictate or diagnose a disorder, but suggests probable differential diagnoses and highlights key elements in patient story that require medical attention. By serving as a co-pilot, THERAPHA fulfills the role of a patient-facing clinical decision support system. This distinguishes THERAPHA from other symptom checkers. I must reinstate that THERAPHA is a patented solution which will truly transform the way patients seek care for their musculoskeletal concerns and how that care is delivered. THERAPHA will surely be a newer, rewarding experience for both patients and their clinicians. Thanks for listening and for your interest. I am looking forward to talking with you. Thank you.